Right now at noon on this Memorial Day, we're honoring those who made the ultimate sacrifice. So Terry Gilliam was at the Memorial Day ceremony at the Veterans Memorial Wall here in downtown Jacksonville. He spoke with people about what it means to honor the fallen.
This video shows the moments seats were filled Monday at the Memorial Day ceremony in downtown Jacksonville.
It's great seeing them here. It's hard talking to them because you just don't know what to say. I don't know what they're going through. So I think most time we need to just listen and maybe give them a hug and just tell them we love them. Assistant Chief of Jacksonville Fire Rescue Richard Reichard was one of the many in attendance. When I think about today, I think about sacrifice. Shown here is a 65-foot-long black granite monument that stands behind a torch with an eternal flame. The wall contains the names of service members who lost their lives in duty since World War I, serving tribute to 1,700 Jacksonville area American heroes. We also asked Wounded Warrior CEO and retired Lieutenant General Walt Pyatt what it's like to honor the fallen here and be with many Gold Star families.
It's such a great loss, and we should mourn the loss with all our heart, but we should honor their life through our own life. We should live a life that's worth their sacrifice. Oftentimes it's mothers and fathers, not soldiers, that pay the real cost of our freedom because they're left to pick up the pieces.
Reporting in Jacksonville, Terry Gilliam, First Coast News, on your side.
And as Memorial Day is observed across the country, we're hearing from a naval veteran who is living history. At 106 years old, he's the oldest living survivor from a day that changed everything for our country. Danny New has that story.
The Japanese launched a surprise attack.
This Memorial Day, we are hearing from a naval veteran who served during one of our country's darkest moments.
50 years ago, nobody paid any attention. I was a Pearl Harbor survivor. Big deal.
Well, at 106 years old, Freeman Johnson is now the oldest living survivor from the attack on Pearl Harbor, which reaches its 85th anniversary this year. Now there are less than a dozen left to share their story. Here's Johnson's. On that day in 1941, when the bomb started going off, this Massachusetts resident was deep inside the bowels of a light cruiser called the USS St. Louis.
I didn't see anything. Nothing. I was inside aboard a steam drum, which is about that big.
Thankfully, the St. Louis was able to evade attacks from small submarines. In fact, here is a message confirming the ship had passed through the channel, making it the first U.S. ship to make it out of Pearl Harbor during the attack.
We've been to a couple of schools, and the kids ask, were you scared? You're not scared. You're too busy.
Meanwhile, Americans have been busy over the past week preparing to honor and remember military service members this Memorial Day. The Old Guard once again placed U.S. flags at Arlington National Cemetery. Also, two centenarians who served in World War II together are preparing to reunite for the National Memorial Day Parade in D.C. Retired Marines Don Graves and William Byrd have been friends since 1945 and still regularly call each other.
I'll be glad to see him, I think. He'll probably be glad to see me, too.
And that was Danny New reporting. Well, free entry today into all national parks as the country observes Memorial Day. In our area, the Fort in St. Augustine will be open today from 9 in the morning to 6 in the evening. And Cumberland Island in St. Mary's, the main visitor center there will be open from 8 this morning to 4 this afternoon. And a quick heads up, you will still have to pay for the ferry to actually get to the island in Georgia, and it's suggested you book online ahead of time.